Hey guys, welcome back to another sketchbook sessions. I am going to draw some, hopefully. Here's some things that I've drawn recently. I just got this new sketchbook, by the way, $10. It's okay. It was just a bargain bin junk at Barnes & Noble, but I wanted a little bit bigger one than I usually use for drawing live stuff. How is that, by the way? I guess you can kind of see it pretty good. Drawing all these plants for my world building stuff. These aren't specifically supposed to be real plants. All right. I have the dice right now, but I think that I'm just going to pick something off of this list and go for it. Maybe I'll do Goblins today. What the heck? Just do some thumbnails of some little goblin type things. It's kind of a bird bug eye looking thing so far. Hi, Andrea. Doing pretty good. How are you? Oh, you know what I wanted to do before we actually get started is I just made this zine that I'd like to show people. It's my world building stuff. And in the description, in the link, you'll find my website where you could actually read it. This is a rough draft so far, but I'm going to be making a lot more of these soon. Thanks. Yeah, definitely made that. Thanks. Yeah, like I said, if you guys wanted to read it, there's a link in the description to my website, and I just posted it there, so you can read it for free in the newsletter section of the website. Awesome. Thanks, Jenny. I want to make more of them too, so I think I'm going to focus my efforts on fantasy type zines for a little while. I have a lot of fun making them. Yeah, coming up with stories is actually really hard. I have no problem coming up with ideas. The ideas just happen all the time, but actually putting them into stories, I've found, like, with an ending and everything to finish them off, I found that to be very difficult. So that's another reason why I wanted to work on it. I think it's a good idea just to keep on drawing whether you have a story or not. It'll eventually come to you. I don't even know where I'm going with this, honestly. I was thinking about just doing thumbnails for faces. I don't know. That's all right. Like I said earlier, just keep on drawing. And maybe I will just completely abandon the rest of this and keep on doing more faces. Yeah, portraits are a really good thing to draw. I like doing portraits a lot too, and really build up a lot of your skills doing that. I was gonna go for the eraser to erase this other part of this helmet. Normally I don't really like doing the eraser too, but I just figured that would read a little better. But whatever, on to the next one. Try to do like a straight on one. Drawing goblins reminds me. Oh, this pencil. This pencil's Black Wing. I don't really know that it's all that important, honestly. I think any pencil you have is probably the best pencil for the job. I think these are fairly expensive, and it does actually feel kind of nice, and it gives nice dark lines, but I got them as a gift, so I really don't know much about them. I normally like to use mechanical pencils, to be honest. I like to use mechanical pencils just because they're sharper. Really, you got no real reason for that. They seem to be more convenient for me too. Honestly, even more than just like using mechanical pencils over wood pencils, I find myself often just going straight to pen sometimes too. That way, you really can't use the eraser. You just got to really think ahead and do what you're doing. Try and plan the lines a little bit better as you go. This guy's got really crazy eyes. Yeah, he's definitely seen some shit. And go on to another one. It's also good to number thumbnails when you're doing this. Way in case you ever show anybody, they can choose which one they like easier. Yeah, this list I made of just drawing prompts. So another thing I think I'm going to try and do for patron members is try and make a zine of like drawing prompts more than this character stuff, and then maybe like accessories and appearance and stuff like that you can roll dice and choose randomly. I think that's always a pretty good idea because a lot of the time it's like at least one of my major downfalls is having like writer's block, drawer's block, artist block. Yeah, definitely. Always good to know what you're going to draw next. Of course, stuff like this really helps with it too. You know, you can just, I think the blank page is kind of a big problem when it comes to drawing, but once you kind of get it marked up a little bit, you can keep on going from there and it's not so daunting, not so scary. Yeah, Dobby for sure. That one, the first one. Honestly, I probably should have Googled some goblins when I started, but it's all right. Just going straight imagination on this one. Oh, thanks, Jenny. I really appreciate it. And if you come back, watch some of my other videos. They're all of a similar fantasy vein. So if you like fantasy artwork, I'm always doing that. Some tutorials, some tips and tricks, mostly just draw sessions. Another good reason to not use your eraser so much is sometimes you end up liking something that you had erased. In this case, I just draw very lightly over and over and over again, and the parts that I want to keep, I do with more pressure, and it just, I don't know, works for a good thumbnail. But in case I wanted to go back to like this shape of this jaw, I did not like it, so I went smaller, but I don't know if I like that either. So it's good to have both there, and then eventually, finally, I can just kind of shape in the neck there and then get rid of that. But the neck is all wrong. Probably explained that terribly, but either way, it's good to not erase what you're working on. And that's a good way to get rid of it, since I now decided that I don't like it. All right. I think I have one more in me, and then I might go back to this. Number one. I really don't like this one at all. Kind of like a weird old man goblin. I don't go live every day, but I've been very, very sporadic with it, just whenever I have time, basically. But I think that that's kind of a problem, and I'm going to go live on Sunday nights. I'm going to try and see if I can keep with that schedule for a while. Yeah, it makes your drawings more interesting if you add some kind of little thing to look at. I was even thinking they were looking a little bit too plain, so I'm glad you pointed that out. It's a good thing with character design too, is to make them unique. I'm thinking this guy's kind of like an old like goblin soldier. So I'm drawing a breastplate. He's got quite a bit of a wider neck than the others did. Oh yeah, for sure. I do find that I struggle with that sometimes with different expressions and attitudes, but any little way you can help yourself along the way, like adding details like jewelry or just something to change the silhouette a little bit. Like this one has this like Santa Claus hat on, makes the silhouette a little bit different, makes his ears go side to side. These two have more like helmets on. Just makes it more interesting to look at, you know? All right, my page is almost filled up, so I'm almost done, but I want to finish this one. I can't tell. It looks like my camera is all jittery when I shake, but I hope it's not too bad. Drew a belt buckle before I even drew a belt. That's ridiculous. Box Summoner, thanks. I decided that I don't know if this works for you or not, but I decided Sunday night is going to be the best time to work for me. Because I'm going to try to do it more regular. It's been quite a bit sporadic, basically, whenever I have time. And I will erase that. Why not? So that's about my usual half an hour of drawing, filling up a page, doing some character design, doing some fantasy stuff. And just a reminder, I'm making new books and they're on my website in the description. This one, I just posted the rough draft on, so love for you to check it out. Right on. I appreciate that. And thank you. Goblins were super fun to draw. I think I'm going to remind myself that they were goblins because I am crossing everything that I draw off of this list. Just so I can get to the whole list. Right on. Thanks, guys. Have a Oh, and Sunday night at 9:30. Thank you.